Much more, but he's on mine. The blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw.
Did you compare him to Kevin White, Alex?
I wouldn't put that label on him because I do think he's better than Kevin. So, I mean, Ohio State receiver, you could essentially end the evaluation and the analysis there because that coaching and what they do with wide receivers at Ohio State is awesome.
I don't give a damn how young he is. We are not leaving out Patrick Mahomes. You're the young goat. The young goat.
YouTube, what's good, guys? It's your boy Titty in the good hour. We are here today for your stars and six questions, and we also have some really great content. So, guys, make sure you stay tuned in and sign up as a member if you want to support the channel. If you want to support Alex, you want to support Maximus. If you want to support me, guys, make sure you tune in and sign up as a member. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Alex? What's going on, Sean?
How's it going, man? It's Thursday night, ready to talk some football.
Yes, it's week 2, man. Hey, I don't got anything else to say. All I got to say is it's week 2. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, other than one guy, we've had a pretty injury-free week 1.
Yeah, hey, tell me, guys, am I wrong? Is this the most injury-free whole totality up into week 2? I've never seen, like, we haven't had any devastating injuries outside of our offensive lineman.
And yeah, Xavier Worthy is the only one, really.
Shoulder
but
thing.
He's practicing today.
Is he? So yeah,
like
that was my first thought after week 1. It was like, oh, no injuries, because like Terrence's league, I drafted for injuries, and I'm like, okay, there's not even really any injuries in the NFL. This is weird. Like, did they just figure out how to, be prepared, or did they, because they played more in the preseason? I got to go back and look at those preseason numbers and see how much the starters actually played on all the
I don't
teams.
think a lot of starters play outside of the Cincinnati Bengals. A lot of starters didn't play that much.
Yeah, like
Drake May played a bunch.
Who?
Drake May.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, I think for the most part it was there was a couple guys that played like maybe a half in one game and then a half of another game. But even looking back, like there was 4 preseason weeks, so combined they still might have got more time in there. It's just maybe it's lucky so far, and let's hope that luck continues.
Right.
Yeah, I think that might be more than luck. Like, I'm sure conditioning, they're doing something more too, right? Like you also getting this new generation. They go into these sports schools now, learning how to take care of their body. What LeBron James is doing for people, because like he's the one that got Derrick Henry on that, and now that it's working for Derrick Henry, the football world's kind of seeing it and going, okay, I need to do that. So I think players are just smarter now and more prepared for it. And I think they even played more, because like there's preseasons where they didn't even put the starters out there whatsoever, every single team before.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So just a little bit like that for me. But so we go over last week's Techno Bowl.
I don't know. Should we?
So right now in first, we got Terrence. His picks was Josh Allen. He got 42.7 points from him. His next pick was Alvin Kamara. After that, he had Amon St. Brown. Kamara got 13.7. And then he had Amon St. Brown, who got 8.5 for a total of 64.5 points for Terrence. But
pretty good
you
start.
can't use Amon St. Brown or Josh Allen.
Or Josh Allen again, or Alvin Kamara. So he's going to be at the end using sleepers. I don't want to be at week 17, week 18 using sleepers.
Yeah. Me and Alex were just talking about that before we went on air, before you showed up. I'm like, Terrence is using up big names, man. Like, when you get to see who Terrence picked this week, it's like, oh, they're not even warmed up yet. That's why I'm not comfortable using them.
Josh Allen going to have another 40-point game.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have a lot more 40-point games.
Wait till he gets that 5-touchdown game, 6-touchdown game.
Right.
Yeah. Well, in that Superheroes League, there's been many a games over the last few years that he's just won me the weeks when I shouldn't have won at all.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And you know, let me tell you this is the dumbest thing I ever did in fantasy. Maximus hit me up, and he wanted to trade me Josh Allen for Trevor Lawrence. That's all he wanted. And guess what my dumb ass did? I said no.
Whoops.
Yeah, I forgot about that one. Woo!
Dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes I'd be crazy. I go try to get my guys. I was on Lawrence big time. So.
You was. I'm trying to get you back on them.
All right. And so we go to the second place. We got myself. I went with JJ McCarthy, took the risk, but he put up 24.65 points.
Good shit.
My running back, I went with Jonathan Taylor. He had 12.8 points, and Jackson Smith and Jigga had 20.4 for a total of 57.85 points.
Yeah, I love what you did there. You got JJ McCarthy out the way. I don't see a time where you're gonna trust JJ McCarthy to play him in this type of setting that we doing. And then you got JSN, which he's a good player. He may have better games, but I thought you had the better week of anybody according to the players that you used. I think you still got all the superstars out in front of you.
Yeah, that's my thoughts too, right? Like I didn't really touch any top 5 guys at all. So
no.
I like the week that I had. You know, I'm only like 7-8 points behind Terrence. So
yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that brings us to third place, which is Alex, and the last team that had all 3 of their players for the full game. And he had Bo Nix at quarterback. It was dud game for Bo. It hurt in freaking Terrence's league. He put up 11.6 points. Then you had James Connors with 14.4, and he went David Njoku, who was tight end 2 on that team, with 6.7 for a total of 32.7 points, and that's third.
Right.
Yeah, who would have thought Harold Fannin would come out and do what he did in this game?
Yeah, I thought they would have used him a little bit, but not the way they actually. He had more targets than Njoku.
Yeah, he did. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm surprised I didn't see any trades for Harold Fannin yet.
Oh, I'm sure they're coming.
I'd see one in
People
one
are
of my
nervous.
Yeah, they want to see it one more time, but the price just goes up higher. If he does it again. Yep. So now we go to the fourth place team. That's Terry's pick. Obviously, he picked Xavier Worthy. Got hurt on like one of the first plays of the game. Didn't put up any points in this scoring system. But at quarterback, you had Jared Goff, who's an indoor cat. Remember me saying that? But 14.15 points. And then Chuba Hubbard was his big point getter with 17.90 for 32.5 points, or 32.05 points. And he's only a half a point away from Alex in third. So our total, there's our final leaderboard right there. We got Terrence about 8 points ahead of me. Alex and Terry are about 30 points behind Terrence.
Don't you worry about us, okay?
But I would say I don't think golf. I don't think it had nothing to do with being outside. What do you think, Alex? I don't think it had nothing to do with being outside.
No, I think they just got absolutely dominated by the Packers, and I also think they're really missing Frank Ragnow in the middle of that offensive line.
Yes, and I hate to say it, Ben Johnson.
Yeah. Yep. Certainly seemed like they miss it. Even Goff's yards per attempt went way down in this game.
Right.
Even the average depth of target was way down in this game by like 5 yards. So that offense was a lot more, oh shit, I'm about to get pressure. I need to get rid of this thing quick.
Ben Johnson would have ran the ball the first 10 times against that light box. You're going to put Michael Parsons in the game, we're running the ball. We're not trying to get cute and pass it. They should establish their strong, but going to what y'all saying, maybe the offensive line can't dominate like they did last year.
Well, that was the big thing. Yeah, and that was the big thing too. You just touched on, TD. It was the fact that they didn't seem to make the adjustments fast enough at all.
Right.
And that's something that I think Ben Johnson does very well.
Right. Outside of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, we can get to this week's picks. We might as well start with Terrence since he's not here. We had him do his picks before he came out. Yeah, he's going some big names. That's what brought up me and Alex talking about it before he went on air. Like that's 4 big names gone now. So he went with Burrows, Christian McCaffrey, and Jamar Chase.
That Bengals stack.
He's probably going to still keep the lead, but he's also going to be down 4 guys that are the top guys that you can choose from. Really at 15, so he's already down to 11 of them.
Right.
Yep. See, it seems like that strategy is build that lead, make you guys catch up.
Right.
Old strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him.
Exactly.
All righty. So who wants to go next?
All right. Well, I'll kick this one off, and I'm gonna go with Drake May as my quarterback in this one. And I think that going on the road to Miami, I think that Miami's defense is just not anywhere close. It seemed like that team gave up, especially against the Colts. If they're giving up against the Colts, what are they going to do against the Patriots? So I think this is a good spot to go with Drake May. And then at the running back position, I'm going to go with Breece Hall with the Jets against the Bills. We just saw Derrick Henry torch them. I think the Bills are going to put up points, so the Jets are going to be chasing it. And that's where Breece Hall, I think, is going to thrive in this game, because if nothing else, the Jets might just be looking to prop him up so they can move on and send him out the door, which doesn't make sense to me. But hey, what are you going to do? It's the story we've been hearing all weekend.
And yeah, I've been hearing it. We've been hearing it all off season, really, right?
Yeah,
And that's what I'm thinking too. And that's why in Terrence's Yahoo League, that's why when I got Breece Hall, I made sure and I got the next round Braylon Allen. Because if Breece Hall gets traded, especially let's say Breece Hall goes to the Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Now I got the Cowboys starting running back, and I got the Jets starting running back.
Facts, big facts.
Yep. That's that cutting edge you're talking about there, TD.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And for my last pick there, I'm gonna go with Brian Thomas Jr. And week 1 was scary. Luckily, he got that touchdown, but he did have the looks. And I think that another game under their belt, and with Travis Hunter and maybe his role expanding, I think that that's going to start to get more Brian Thomas Jr. involvement and get that offense moving, because the Jags really need to do something on offense. And the best way to do that is going to be going through your lead playmaker there, and Brian Thomas Jr. on the outside.
Did he score, Alex? I don't think he scored.
He did. He had a rushing touchdown. 9-yard
that's what it
touchdown.
was. That's the only thing he did. You're right. That's facts.
He had one catch and one rush for a 9-yard touchdown.
Trevor, you got to go watch Matt Jones, man. But I'm not gonna get too far ahead of myself.
All good. So who you want to go next then?
Yes, and guess who I got as my starting quarterback?
Is it Mac Jones?
It's Matt Jones. Who? Matt Jones. Who? Yes, Matt Jones. Let me tell y'all something, and I want you to correct me, Maximus. Y'all, listen. I know you just gave Brock Purdy the deal, but did y'all mess up by giving him a deal? What if Matt Jones comes in there and plays out of his mind and hyper targets Ricky Pearsall and throws 2 tongues and spreads the ball around and y'all win with CMC? Should y'all to pay Brock Purdy all that money? I don't know. I like Matt Jones. When I saw him like hyper target Brian Thomas Jr. and make the Jacksonville Jaguars a competitive team, I was like, I clap for Matt, and I think Matt is a good quarterback. And I couldn't believe that the Jacksonville Jaguars let him go. I would have had his ass breathing down Trevor Lawrence's neck.
Oh, I would have too.
Yeah, that was surprising to me too.
You know what the difference is between Mac Jones and Brock Purdy? Because skill-wise on the field and what they can do,
it's the running ability.
It's leadership in the locker room and taking command of the huddle and command of the team. Like when Brock Purdy was a rookie, his rookie year, guys were comfortable. They'd already been to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo, and they're all fooling around at practice. Brock Purdy grabbed Trent Williams by the friggin' face mask, pulled him in, and said, "Listen, I know you guys all know these plays, but right now I don't, and I need you guys to work with me so that I can do what I need to do on the field come game day." And they went, all right, let's go. And they all got behind him. That was the moment that he took over that team.
He grabbed Trent, the craziest dude in the NFL, who's a great player. He's a Hall of Famer, one of the best left tackles probably to play the game. And Trent don't take shit from nobody.
No,
he grabbed Trent. Wow, you selling me on Brock Purdy, Maximus?
That's when I was sold on him. And the funny thing is, the game, like it was his 4th start. I'm like, that's the game I know he's our quarterback, and that's the game that Kyle Shanahan says that he knew he was the guy.
Yeah, and then it was over for Trey.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think it was over for Trey even before that, because Kyle was already telling Jed York, "Hey, the best quarterback on this team is the 3rd quarterback on the roster. So are you going to be upset if we move on from Lance?" Like he was already asking him that a year ahead of time.
Right. I would say I don't want to get off topic, but if they don't draft Trey and go get was that Michael Parsons? They don't move down and they pick from like pick 10 or 11. I think they was at. They get Michael Parsons instead of and then get Brock Purdy maybe later. That team is different. That team might have a Super Bowl. Maybe they sack Pat Mahomes.
Yeah. They had 10.
because
Yeah. But anyway, so my next guy is Travion Henderson.
All right.
Travion Henderson, listen, a lot of people are like, oh, he didn't do all. I'm like, guys, did y'all watch the game? A lot of people don't know how to watch films in a vacuum. When I watch Travion Henderson, he looks spectacular. He looks like he's going to be a mix between Devon A-Chain and Alvin Kamara. And guess who's his offensive coordinator? Josh McDaniels. And what have Josh McDaniels did for pass catching running back, satellite backs?
Send him
James
through
White,
the roof.
Kevin Falk, right? Stephen Ridley. So I love Travion Henderson, and that's why I'm picking all the sleepers right now. That way, when y'all pick all the top players, I'll be picking CMC and Jamar Chase later in the season. But yeah, I love Travion Henderson to be a big time breakout and have a great week this week. Be a top 10 running back. My next guy, I had to find another sleeper, but I went to this Cleveland Browns. I went to Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy has to be the number one. Now listen, he dropped a few more passes than Tillman. But I think Jerry Jeudy still is the number one on his team. So I think he gets 10 targets going against the Baltimore Ravens, who did what for Josh Allen? Gave up the most
42 points.
42 points. So Joe Flacco, you give him garbage time, Joe Flacco? I love Jerry Jeudy. I think he has at least 15 points in a standard PPR league. So Matt Jones, who? And then Travion Henderson and Jerry Jeudy are my three streamers of the week. Well, I won't call it streamers, but what should I call it, guys? What are we doing?
Our Tecmo Bowl.
Fantasy must start.
Tecmo Bowl. This fantasy must
Oh,
start.
this is the Techno Bowl. Sorry, this is the Techno Bowl.
Okay. Tecmo Bowl. Come on, Alex and Maximus, y'all got to get it together.
Yeah, I was thinking something else. I'm thinking ahead of myself.
Y'all been doing this since even the text messages.
Yeah. No, the next one we do is fantasy must starts.
Right.
So these are a little bit different. All right. So before we get to mine, let me ask you this. So I didn't realize he was going to be off for so long. What Alex was telling me, maybe 5 weeks, but I offered Terrence a third for Mac Jones, like his third back. Just thinking, let's get the trade conversation open. He comes back wanting Jordan Mason. Get the hell out of here. Like, I'm not giving up a certain running back because you go back and you look at that tape for Minnesota. Mason had 60% of the snaps.
Yes.
He did.
40% of it, and that's what they're going to do all season. So, but
it's about the honey touches, though. Because you know, the catching the ball can be a honey touch.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron Jones still going to get targets, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like Aaron Jones is still going to, they'll both work, is what I'm saying.
Yes, I agree.
We got a plan for it. So for me, what I'm calling this team this week, the anything Terrence can do, I can do better team. I'm going with the Cowboys stack with Dax Prescott and CeeDee Lamb against that weak secondary of the Giants. Cowboys don't really have a great run game. The Giants are strong up front, so they're going to be passing a lot for the Cowboys. And my running back, I went big too. He went C-Mac. I'm going Bijan.
Ooh, you using Bijan this early? Go ahead.
Yeah, I like using my running backs early if I can, but he's my first one I'm using. So.
You told your secret because you worried about their injuries. You met like CMC, you got to get to him early. I think I might get to CMC next week, maybe.
Yeah, he's coming up. But that's our team, so we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir.
See if
guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up, fellas. Let's hit the like button. You're getting cutting edge content here.
We got
follow the channel. Check us out.
Says when
We're
you
here
come
every
in,
Thursday.
hit the like button, please. Thank you, Fantasy Good Crew.
Fantasy Good Sports Crew. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got a subscriber here that's asking something between segments, so we can get to it right away. It was just posted. Trade Brees for Hendo and Keenan Allen. So I'm assuming that's Trayvon Henderson.
I would do that.
Day.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm taking that
sir.
For sure. All right. So, Alex, you want to start us off with our fantasy must starts of the week?
Ooh, fantasy must starts of the week. All right. Let's see. No, I don't actually want to start here. Sorry.
All right.
I'll start with the quarterback position.
Yep.
It's Dak Prescott.
All right.
Yes, guys. So he didn't have a great game. But he had a great game in real football, but not in fantasy football. And I want the subscribers and the people who follow this channel, follow the Good Hour. You got to know the difference between the two. You got to be able to see a guy just playing good in the NFL and be able to correlate it to fantasy football. Dak had a tremendous game. He could have threw a bunch of picks and threw for more yards, but he didn't. He controlled the game. He looked mobile. more mobile than he's looked in the last 2 years since that ankle injury that he had. So I think Dak Prescott, guys, against the Giants, can you tell me one defensive player that they have in the secondary? I'm asking y'all right now, Maximus and Alex.
No, honestly, I can't.
Man, I
They traded the ones I know.
I can't think of them right now. When you're putting me on the
They
spot,
traded Xavier McKinney, who was an All-Pro safety. I think they got Dane Belton, somebody like that. So
they're
anyway,
very weak
either
in the
way,
secondary.
right. So I love Dak Prescott. I love George Pickens. I'm going back to that well again. Yes, I'm going back to that well again. I love
Pickens?
George Pickens. I think he's a star this week because you have to, each week is a different type of strategy. CeeDee Lamb is going to be okay, but in order for Dallas to be really good, you have to get George Pickens evolved outside of offensive pass or defensive pass interference. So get him some targets early, and then you can go down the stretch with CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is going to be fine. He drops a few balls here and there. So yeah, Dak Prescott.
Lamb, as soon as they touched ground, CeeDee Lamb left the airport, went to the Dallas facility, and was catching balls off the jugs machine.
That's why we love CeeDee Lamb as a Dallas Cowboy fan. That's why we love CeeDee Lamb.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So who's your last guy?
Okay, so is it 2 guys?
3.
Yeah, 3, right. So my next guy, and I'm going to have to repeat because it doesn't matter on this one. I love Travion Henderson tremendously this week. They have to get this guy involved to help give some easy manufactured targets for Drake May to get him going.
Yes,
so I love
awesome.
Travion Henderson, guys. So I'm selling out on Travion Henderson this week. And my wide receiver play, guys, are going to be Jameson Williams. The reason why, this is the only thing that they need to do to get these guys off the run game. You're not going to be able to run the ball against 8-man boxes like you did last year with Ben Johnson when you had the middle tier guys. You had the guard. Who was the guard? Do you know, Alex? I'm sorry to put you on the spot, bro.
The guard for who?
For Detroit last year.
Rodrigo. You just said it.
Oh, Frank Ragnow. He was the center.
No, I thought he was the center. Yeah, who's the one of the guards? Or either he.
Oh, was it Tooney or
was
James Daniels? Maybe.
Was it? I don't know. Might have been one.
Yeah,
but either way, they don't have that same offensive line where they can establish the run game.
Their whole middle's new.
Whole middle from center to both guards. So to me, you have to use Jameson Williams to back out the safeties, so you can use Jameson Williams. Not Jameson Williams, but Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. So yes, guys, I think Jameson Williams you need to play him this week. He's a must start for me.
All right,
I like it.
Well,
I like it.
You go to give Alex a little bit more time.
Yep, go ahead.
All right, so for me, I'm starting out with Trevor Lawrence going against that Bengals defense. And I'm going to stack him with Brent Strange because I think he's going to have a couple touchdowns. The freaking Bengals are pretty weak in that middle, especially in that red zone. Brent Strange is going to be like that target that they're going to be looking for. Maybe they'll try to do a fade or whatever, but they're going to be looking for Brian Thomas Jr. So Strange is to me a sneaky pick for this week. And then for my running back, I'm going DeAndre Swift. He was used all over the place, just wasn't able to break some. I think he'll break a couple this week. So he's one of my fantasy must-starts of the week.
I like that Swift call because I have a couple of fantasy teams that are dependent on him this week. So for me then, for my quarterback position, I'm actually... Oh, sorry. My bad.
We got...
Are you good, Alex?
Well, we got a subscriber here with a comment. A paid subscriber. What do you call them?
A member. A member of the channel. And he also super chatted.
Okay. Start Drake May or Justin Fields this week.
You got to go with Justin Fields, even though I believe in Drake May. And this is what I want to say real quick before I hand it over to these guys. Mm-hmm. Guys, and I know Miracle Ballers, fantasy football probably more than me. I do not claim to be the smartest guy, but I do claim to know football. I never play matchups with my quarterback position. So in this situation, you already had Drake May and Justin Fields was on your waivers. I would say go with Justin Fields because you're willing to pick him up. Me, I probably would just keep playing Drake May. That's me personally, but that's me personally. That doesn't have nothing to do with you. But I don't want to play matchups. So if you do get both of these guys, try to trade one of these guys and just roll out your number one quarterback every week. Because if you play matchups every week, I think you're gonna miss when these guys are gonna boom. Drake May is gonna get better throughout the season. He's like a fourth quadrant guy that I believe is gonna be really good for you down the stretch. But Justin Fields, I would start Justin Fields this week if you pick him up off waiver wire.
They're playing Buffalo this week. I know you said you
Yes.
don't play matchups, but Lamar Jackson just went ham against
true.
Buffalo.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
So did you
All
give
right,
all 3 of
Alex.
yours then?
What'd
Yeah,
you say,
you gave all
Alex?
3. You gave all 3 of yours, right, Sean?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Trevor Lawrence, Brent Strange, and DeAndre Swift.
All right. So I will kick it off, and I'm calling my shot a little bit because last week this quarterback was not good, and I'm talking about Joe Burrow, and we know that he always starts slow, but that Jacksonville defense also looked lost against Carolina of all teams last week. So I think that the Bengals get right. They're also playing at home. You know he's going to want to get fired up for that home crowd back in Ohio. So I'm going Joe Burrow for my quarterback this week. At the running back position, I am going to go with Devon A-Chain in Miami. Playing at home, I think they're also going to try to bounce back. He had the same role last week, and I know he had a down game for the most part, but I don't know if you guys noticed that Miami offense only ran 46 plays last week. They were just absolutely dominated by Indy. And coming home, as lost as they looked, I think that they need to rely on A-Chain to get that offense rolling again and help give Tua some easy throws because that offensive line is also not where it needs to be. So for my last spot, I am going to stick with that Jacksonville-Cincinnati game, and I'm going to stick with my Techno Bowl starter, and I'm going to go with Brian Thomas Jr. in this game. So, Sean, you gave me some confidence with that Trevor Lawrence call. That Bengals defense is still not good, even though they looked like they held the Browns in check. A lot of that was just interceptions that, like, we didn't even really talk about that, but those Joe Flacco interceptions were both drop passes or tip passes from their receivers. One of those you talked about, TD, that Jerry Jeudy, yes. I was just going to say that. So that's where I think I'm going to go this week. And they are risky, but it's going to be a fun weekend of football, and it always is. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's our fantasy must starts. We've already done our Techno Bowl. We've done our time and good to try to get our 30 minutes of questions and answers. So we'll get going to those now. We'll start
Hold
with
on
up
1
the
second.
top. Before we even came on air at 9 o'clock this morning, we got Bike Walkers MTB. What's up? What's up? Start Pickens or Hollywood? Also start Charbonnet, Walker, or Sampson this week. Keep doing great, brah brah.
Yes. So I'm going to go with Hollywood over Pickens.
Ooh, all right. Why?
Because they need Hollywood. This is what they brought him in for. They need him. Xavier Worthy, I cannot go and depend on a guy that got a shoulder harness on. And he's already 170 pounds, is quote unquote what y'all say. He might be 185, I think. But yes. So I'm going with Hollywood because to me, that's the best pedigree wide receiver that they got. To me, between Sharp, Walker, and Sampson, I'm going to go with Sampson in a full PPR league and half-point PPR. I will go with Sharp over Walker, but Sampson is the guy that I'm going with in full PPR. Thank you, bro.
I agree with you on the running backs, but on the receivers, I would go George Pickens in that scenario. I understand what you're saying with them needing Hollywood Brown, but I think last week that success that he had was because he just stepped into that Worthy role. But I don't know that he can continue to keep doing that for the whole game and for the whole time that Worthy might be out.
Right.
And with that shoulder brace too, it actually got me thinking, do you remember the last receiver that had a shoulder injury like that and wore a shoulder brace instead of having the surgery right away?
Tyreek?
Did he have that? Wasn't his like a collarbone or something?
Was it a collarbone? It was about when it was his last. Was it his last year, man? No, it was 2 years. It was his year before his last year in Kansas City. But yeah, I don't know what would you about to say, Alex?
I was thinking of Juju Smith-Schuster.
Mm.
Remember he had that weird one that he was wearing, and he like couldn't even get his arm all the way up. So if that's the case, like, how much are you really going to do for your team?
Right. That's why I can't go with him.
Yep, that makes sense.
I mean,
I don't know. It's a tough call between who gets the Juju or Hollywood Brown, who slides into that role, right? But they never really
break
got
the tie,
it.
Sean.
Hollywood.
You going Hollywood so break the tie? You going Hollywood or Pickens in that scenario?
I'm probably going Pickens,
especially against that Giants secondary too.
I just think it's safer. But like Hollywood is going to have the bigger game if he goes off. Like if that's the one they go through. So if you need a big play, I'd go Hollywood. If you need a safe play, go Pickens. That's how I look at it. Next one we got here is Harold Fannin Jr. or Zach Ertz by Denzel Spam?
Oh man, you got to make this decision right now too, because
I'm
Washington
going.
playing the Packers tonight.
I don't understand why we got to go between Fannin and Ertz with all the tight ends on the waiver wire.
He
Me, I would
probably
rather go
drafted Ertz and then picked up Fannin, is my guess.
right. I can't go Ertz.
So
I know
think
Ertz has been good with with Jaden Daniels. Yeah, but I don't know, guys. I don't like these choices. I think it's a better tight end out there.
So
Yeah.
I'll tell you, for me, when it comes down to a choice like this, if I think the two players are close, which in this scenario I think they are, I prefer to have guys early so I can figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of my lineup. So I think in this scenario, with how close these two guys are, I think I would go Ertz, because you get to know tonight whether you made a mistake or not. And if you made a mistake, you could try to make up for it for the rest of your decisions. Sorry,
Right.
losing my voice there. But I agree with you guys. I think there might be better options out there. What were you going to say, Sean? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to jump in.
Oh, I wasn't saying anything, but I'd probably go with Harold Fannin Jr. just to see if that continues.
Right. That's what
And
I might. If I had to choose, yeah.
Yeah, like if I had to choose, and it also gives you more time to look at the waiver wire to see other matchups. Like Brent Strange is probably on most waiver wires right now, and I'd
Juwan
do
Johnson.
him over both of those guys.
Right. Or the Johnson guy.
Yeah, Juwan Johnson with the
Juwan
Saints.
Johnson. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Juwan. Here we go. We got "Stop the Injury Talk" LOL by Denzel when we were going on about week 1 injuries.
That's true.
And then we got JC says, did good on the waiver wire in my 1K PPR 12 man, 2 flex, no kicker or defense. Here's my lineup this week: Allen Gibbs, Eckler, DJ Moore, JMO, Juan Johnson, Boyette, Tracy, McBride, and on his bench he has Franklin, Allamore, and Juju.
I like it.
I think you need to find something to do something with Eckler. I think you need to do something with Eckler and DJ Moore.
What's wrong with DJ
It's just
Moore?
my 2 cents. Too many mouths to feed.
If he's the feature, they're giving him handoffs, man.
I don't know if he's the feature. Maybe he was the feature in a vacuum. I don't know. I don't feel great with DJ Moore. How do you feel about DJ Moore, Maximus?
I like him, but I didn't like how week 1 went for him.
Right.
So we'll see. But I don't think the Bears' offense moves as good because I think once Caleb gets freaking pressured, he shuts down and just wants to take off. So
Right.
you need to do to him what happened to Kurt Warner, right? Like you can't leave the pocket. If you leave the pocket, you're not starting the next game.
Right.
And Kurt Warner had to learn the hard way and just take those hits, right? Then he got comfortable. And once he was comfortable throwing in a pocket, then he knew how to move up into it. So
Didn't Caleb get blasted on one of his throws to DJ Moore, where DJ Moore also got rocked?
Yes.
Didn't he step up?
Yes, and he was out. I was like, "Oh, DJ, you out for the rest of this game." Did DJ come back after that?
Yeah,
He's
tough. We know
crazy.
he's tough. We know he's tough.
He'll get 1,000 yards.
To me, the guys, I think DJ Moore one day might be a San Francisco 49er and be used like Deebo Samuel. Am I crazy for that, Maximus?
Well, he's 29 now.
Well, he's 29, but when have he had some really good targets in his career? He might be really a 27-year-old receiver because he never really getting targeted at an elite level. His targets are been way crazy from Kyle Allen all the way down to even Justin Fields. He's never really had a great quarterback giving him really good targets for his type of ability.
He had all kinds of quarterbacks in Carolina.
Right.
All over the place.
We'll see. I don't know. That's pretty far out. I think he's still got another 2 years on his deal too. So, but we got Thomas says, "What's up, guys? Let's go Bills to the moon." And then we got Mike Walker MTB says, "What's up, PPR League? Start Pickens or Hollywood?" We already did this one.
Mm-hmm.
He asked it twice. We got Ice Cold OG Jones. Should I start Bill Merritt, Bob, Shakir, Quentin Johnson, Jalen Reed in the flex?
I'm going with Bill.
Yep. Give me some Bill.
That's who I'd go with too, is Bill.
Bill, not a science guy. Yes.
We got Chris says the Ollie Gordon hype was shut down. getting 2 carries. The hope that he would eat into David Achen's role was squashed. Well, they couldn't really do anything.
All right, 46 offensive plays, guys. Come on.
I disagree. We've got Ollie Gordon because A-Chain can go down with an injury anytime. I never thought Ollie was going to come in there and they take Devon A-Chain out and let Ollie score a touchdown. I never thought that because Devon A-Chain played too well and never got hurt last year. But what I wanted Ollie for is, what if Devon A-Chain gets a nagging injury, then we can use Ollie and he's going to be a premium guy with no Jalen Wright being on IR. With Jalen Wright being on IR. So that's why I wanted Ollie Gordon.
I also think that there's value if this offense can do anything. Like there's value in this offense in the RB2 spot because of Devon A-Chain and his style of play. That he's not the guy you're just going to blast between the tackles 20 times a game. That's just not his play style. And right now, Jalen Wright just can't stay on the field. And when he was on the field last year, aside from the preseason, it seemed like he was trying to use his speed too much and not really understanding where he was supposed to run it. And I think that's part of what pushed him down so much this offseason. A lot of the stories in camp coming out of Miami were really down on Jalen Wright.
Right.
So that was the other part of it. When you have Ollie Gordon come in and doing what he was doing.
Come on now.
Hype is real.
Right.
Yeah, we got Father of 3 says hold Ollie 2 more weeks.
I agree with that. Father of 3.
Hoping for Ollie in the Mostert role.
That's not happening with Devon A-Chain playing as good as he's playing.
Well, then we got Jack Crawford. Would you accept Bucky Irvin and Devontae Adams, I'm guessing, for Tracy and Tracy's with those 2, Bucky and Devontae, for Brian Thomas Jr., James Conner, and Aaron Jones?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I want Brian Thomas Jr. out of all that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
I'm going to take James Conner. I'm going to take that rental player.
Heck yeah. Almost went him for my start of the week going against Carolina.
Top 5 low darks, 0.5 PPR, start 2. Wide receiver 1, flex. Brian Thomas Jr., Marvin Harrison Jr., Ibiku, Debo, Sutton, Brees Hall, or ETN.
I'm going. Go ahead, Alex. You go first.
I was going to ask, how many do we have to pick?
2 wide receivers and 1 flex.
Okay. So want to break it down through the receivers first?
However.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Again?
Yeah, Brian Thomas Jr., MHJ.
Yeah, Ibuka, Debo.
Okay.
That's it.
Sutton, Breach, Hall,
Sutton.
and ETN.
Yeah, and Sutton. And then for flex options, you also have Brees Hall and ETN.
Well, I think BTJ and MHJ is a good start at the receiver position. I mean, I don't know, because Carolina is playing Arizona, and Kyler scares me with MHJ, but it did seem that the role we saw from him week 1 was the same role we saw from him in the second half of the season, where they started expanding his route tree a little. You guys disagree on that?
No, I don't. I mean, I can't disagree with that. It's too many good players right here.
Yeah, it's a tough decision. I'd probably go Marvin Harrison Jr. and Emeka Ibuka for my wide receiver.
No Brian Thomas Jr. against the Bengals?
I just don't think he gets the touchdowns. I think it goes Brett Strange and maybe Travis Hunter as they're watching, because they're such a weak defense that they're going to worry about the top guy the most.
Yeah, but who do they have that can keep up with him?
It doesn't matter. You just have you have a corner on him underneath, and you have a safety over top.
I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. and Ibuka at the wide receivers. The reason why I'm not going to try to get too cute on week 2, and try to pick the perfect matchup, Brian Thomas Jr. has to be started. So I'm going to say Brian Thomas Jr., and then I'm going to go with Ibuka, who he showed us 2 touchdowns the first week. So I'm going with Ibuka, even though Godwin is practicing. And my flex would be Sutton.
Sutton. I'd go Travis Etienne.
Yeah, that's a good call. I like ETN. I think you got to start him too. I know we don't love to play matchups right away, but I still have no faith in that Bengals defense. And I trust Liam Cohen, the Jags coach.
Right.
So
young
I like
coach
that.
to be trusting.
It is. And so here's one of the other things I like to do when you got these tough decisions like this is I ask myself, okay, if I lose, who am I the most upset is on my bench? And you said it, TD. If Brian Thomas Jr. is on my bench and I lose that matchup and he goes nuts, I'm going to be pissed.
There you go.
All right, we got Trone Force. Need 2 wide receivers and a flex this week. PPR. Tariq Hill, Scary Terry, DK Metcalf, Travis Hunter, Cooper Kupp, Jalen Warren, Bob, or Eckler.
Whew,
I'm
that's a lot
going
of names.
with Bob for the flex. The two wide receivers would be McLaurin and DK.
I like DK and Warren with that Seattle matchup for the Steelers. Jalen Warren was heavily involved in the pass game, and I think that's going to continue all year with Aaron Rodgers. So that's a safe floor with him. And Sean, I know you're down on the Steelers this year, but I think they win this week against Seattle at home. Home opener.
Sean just picking with you. He know the Steelers has got a decent team.
The losing streak starts. I got them going on a 5-game losing streak.
Oh, come on, Sean. Stop it.
I do. Yeah. You think he's just messing with me.
Yeah, I'd go with myself. I'd go with Scary Terry. Probably Travis Hunter and Bob as my flex.
Travis Hunter? Really?
Yeah. I'm not doing Tariq. He's got too much going on, and then Dolphins' defense looked horrible. I don't trust DK or the Steelers at all, so that rules out.
Yeah, I told you. It's not just a show. He really hates the Steelers this year.
He does. Is he coming into his fantasy football takes?
Yep.
That's how I would do it. But next one we got here is from Father of 3. Big night coming for rookie Matthew Golden on a short week. You heard it here first.
Hey, that's a nice claim. You either going to be crazy or very intelligent. Either way, I know you still took a shot. I'm not mad at you for saying that because who is the wide receiver? It's almost like bingo or Russian roulette when it comes to these receivers. Who is it going to be this game?
Right. Jaden Reed got one last week, and on the short week with that Jones fracture, I don't think he gets there again this week.
Nope. All right. Next one here. We got Sports Dog 1000. 18 PPR Superflex touchdown 100. My 2 flex are Keenan Allen and Jameson Williams. I'm using Drake London and Pickens on my bench. Oh, and on his bench, he's got Terry McLaurin, Shakir, Keyshawn Boyette.
Booty.
I guess for my 2 flexes, I would go with
Keenan Allen and Jameson Williams would be part of that.
Okay. So I'm going with Terry McLaurin and Drake London. My 2 flexes are Keenan Allen, and I'm using Drake London and George Pickens
as a starting wide receivers.
So he want to know if any of the bench guys should be in the starting lineup.
Yeah, you got to get Scary in that lineup.
Yeah, you got to get Terry McLaurin over. I would say over Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I'd put him in over them. I'd probably put Shakir in over Pickens too, just because he gets the volume and pass catches in a full PPR.
I will put Boutte over Pickens. Booty.
Yep. I think he's going to be the lead receiver until Kyle Williams is ready there in New England.
And he might not even get it in. Kyle Williams still might not get it. Boutte balling.
Mm-hmm. And that's the other thing is Kyle Williams. I don't know if you guys looked at snap counts at all. He only played three snaps.
Come on now.
Yep. Still got a target on his routes though. So 33% targets per route run.
All right, we got Miracle Ballers. What's up, Fantasy Good Sports crew? Let's win $1 million tonight in DraftKings tournament.
Yes, sir.
We got Chef Heat. Says Matthew Golden over Josh Palmer this week. Question.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Yeah.
Yep.
We did that one. Here we go. We got Jimmy's TV. Dobbs played 90% of Packers snaps on Sunday. It's clear who the alpha is now. I've been saying that for years.
Yep.
Packers just finally smartened up.
Well,
go ahead, man. Go ahead, Alex.
The only pushback I would have to that is, yes, he ran all those routes, but look at those targets. He still didn't do anything with it.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what he been. And going to Sean's point, this is what he's been his whole career.
Yes.
Running a bunch of routes and ain't getting nothing for fantasy purposes.
Yep.
He will.
You love it when he gets the touchdowns.
Yeah. And
Would you
Christian
play?
Watson too got a deal, by the way, about to come into this committee.
Who has?
Yeah.
Christian Watson got a 1 year, $10 million deal. And so that's why that's why I love Christian Watson. Guys, they so scared that Christian Watson gonna go somewhere to where he can take the top off the defense, they won't let him go. That's
Yep.
that's the last ditch. Listen, you want to get married? If your woman get ready to leave you, and you be like, hey, well, let's get married, because you just a little bit you don't want to let her go. You
Yep.
scared that somebody else is gonna get that good candy. So
Yep.
that's the same thing that I feel like the Packers are doing. They scared to let him go because they feel like somebody else can get a great deep threat. That's what I feel. Why would you give this guy a deal? You just got Matthew Golden.
Well, he's still got 3 years left, or not 3 years, 3 weeks
2
left
years.
of rehab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So we got Siobhan 1107 says, would you play Green Bay Packers tight end Kraft tonight or Cleveland's Fannin on Sunday?
Oh, so I like this better than that Ertz Fanning question, and I do like Tucker Kraft tonight. Because like we've been saying with these Packers receiver room, it's wide open. Well, Tucker Kraft's right there in the middle with the easy throws for Jordan Love. And we've talked about it on this podcast, Sean. We talk about it on ours. What's the quarterback's best friend?
Come on now.
The tight end.
Pause.
So I like Tucker Kraft. I like Tucker Kraft in that one.
Me too.
Yeah. Same here. We got Thomas. Chris Rodriguez Jr. inactive again. Bill's season begins.
Bill.
Yes, it does. Love it.
We got Yetzi says, TD, I have a trade request. Trayvon Henderson for Terry McLaurin. I need another running back. Is that a good trade?
Yes, if you need another running back, I'm willing to do that. To go give up Terry McLaurin and get Trayvon Henderson, as long as you have a good wide receiver core.
Yep. And as much as I love Terry McLaurin, I'm actually down on him this year because of the late start. And man, they love playing with Debo in week 1. Can't help but think he's going to cut in some to that Terry McLaurin.
Has to.
Yep.
All right. Jimmy TV says Brent Strange is a must start. The Bengals are weak against the tight end position.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
And then after that, you gave him advice when he did something there earlier. And he said,
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that insight on the Fields May thing with the quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see here. Yankee NJ fan. Have a dilemma, TD. My wide receivers are Malik, Nico, and running backs are Cook and Hubbard. Who should I start in my flex? Emeka Ibuka or Trayvon Henderson? If both, then who should I bench for my other players?
So you said your wide receivers are Malik, Nico, running backs are Cook and Trouba. So you can't bench any of those guys. You can't bench Malik Neighbors. You can't bench Nico. You can't bench Cook, and you can't bench Trouba. So the guy over Ibuka and Travion, I'm gonna have to go with Ibuka because it's just a known. He's already had 2 touchdowns. I'm not sitting. It's like what Alex said. Who do I do not want to see on my bench and I lose? I'm gonna be angry. If Ibuka went for 2 touchdowns and I bench him, I'm gonna feel like that's a dumbass move. But if I put Ibuka in and Travion goes off, even though I believe that, but in your situation, yes, you cannot sit Ibuka off for that 2 touchdown first week.
Let me ask you guys this one. Do you put any thought into how bad that Texans offensive line is and consider benching Nico in that situation and starting those 2 guys?
It's too early. It's too early. It's too
Is
early
it though?
for that. I think it is. I can't play. Listen, you may be able to do it. I can't do it, Alex. I can't do it.
I'm going to be more upset if Emeka or Henderson goes off and they're not in my lineup than I would be if Nico went off. Because I don't expect Nico to go off. Like, that offensive line is horrible.
It is.
I don't know if
don't they have another tough matchup this week?
Anything other than slants to him, and he's not a good guy after the catch like that on a quick slant.
Yeah, he's more that intermediate and deep guy.
Like Christian Kirk comes back, like he's going to be a target hog for that team.
But guys, this is what I would say, and you're right. If you told me it didn't matter who was drafted anywhere, and I just got these guys in clusters, hell yeah, I'm benching Nico. But guys, I can't bench a guy that I drafted in the 2nd round on week 2.
I wouldn't have drafted him in the 2nd round.
There you go. And that's what my point is. That's my point. That's my point. I drafted Nico in a couple of leagues, but I won't bench him for 2 or 3 more weeks. But I get what y'all saying. I'm not saying y'all are wrong. I'm not challenging y'all. But I'm feeling like to go down with the ship, it's tough for me to bench Nico as a player.
Oh, I get it. I mean, you can ask Sean. I have him in a league with Sean, and I haven't benched him. But if I had those two options and it was just redraft league, I would
Right.
heavily consider that.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Next comment we got is from Top 5 Low Darks. Bo Nix or Drake May? Bo Nix for me.
You got to go down with Bo Nix. I mean, you got to go down with Bo Nix because he's the quarterback that you drafted. And I always say, dance with the girl that you came to the party with. Dance with the girl that you came to the party with.
Those two were a pretty similar value on draft day and redraft, weren't they? Like,
No, I don't think so. Bo Nix was going
He
3
was
or 4
8th
rounds.
quarterback off, and May was somewhere around 12, 14.
Yeah.
okay. Denver's at home this week. So I like that. Drake May's got to travel to Miami. Not that that's necessarily a tough place to play. Is there even going to be fans in the seats, considering what they look like week 1?
It's Miami, so maybe.
Yeah.
All right, we got
Patriots
Jimmy
fans?
TV. Schottenheimer said Bill will remain inactive until he shows consistency. Locking
Blue.
Williams into a bell cow role.
Jaden Blue, is that what you were talking
Yeah,
about?
Jaden Blue. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm trading Javonte, guys. If you got Javonte, you better trade him right now.
Yep, I agree. We got Bill Silva says flex Bill or Aaron Jones. Full PPR.
Bill.
Yep, I'm doing that too.
That's tight, man. With how they're going to use Aaron Jones and he's going to be fresh all the time.
Yep.
I'll probably go on Aaron Jones until I see a Bill explosion week.
Isn't that who the Texans play on Monday night? Texans, Vikings?
Yeah.
So does that change your thoughts on Nico at all? With the way that Minnesota defense looked?
They look good, all right. Like, they're slow to start, but that second half, they shut them down and came back to win.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying is they look good. So would you consider benching Nico?
I already said I would anyways.
Yeah. Does that change anything for you, TD?
Say that last part again about Nico.
Does the fact that the Texans are playing the Vikings this week on Monday night and that Vikings defense is good, does that make you feel any better about Nico if he's on your bench?
No, I was.
Well, I mean,
I'm sorry, but I don't.
You don't play matchups early.
Yeah, I would play Nico regardless. It didn't matter who it is.
Yeah. Fair enough. I was just wondering.
All right, we got one ace says Fannin and Jukju both look like weekly starters going forward. Tight end one upside as long as Flacco's a quarterback. Yeah, I think they're going to run a lot of 12 personnel down there. They don't really got the depth at wide receiver, so you got to use Fannin like a wide receiver. And if that's what they drafted him for, he's going to have a great season.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I've actually been hearing around here in the Cleveland area is that they're talking about just wanting to use him as their primary slot receiver, and that's a little bit of what we saw week 1. So if that's going to happen, love Fannin.
Yeah. Then we got JC says, bro, always be hating on DJ Moore.
How can I hate on DJ Moore when he ain't did nothing? What have DJ Moore did? Have he ever been a top 5 wide receiver?
I think he was 6 one year with Justin Fields, actually.
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah.
Everybody wants you to love everybody. I can't love everybody, man.
We got Denzel Spam says only other tight options left in the 12-man is Jonnu Smith. Well, that's who I'd go with.
Oh, over Ertz and Fannin?
Yeah.
Oh, you're braver than me, even though you hate the Steelers.
You wouldn't go?
Jonnu?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Over Fannin and Ertz?
No, I think you guys are low on Ertz. Like, he scored last week, and we talk about tight ends being a quarterback's best friend. Debo's going to open that up even more for Zach Ertz is the way that I see it. As much as I love Fannin, you still got David Njoku, so...
Miracle Baller says, amen, Maximus, but Caleb leaving the pocket and benching him next game. JC says, DJ is a solid, consistent PPR option. I don't care what TD says, which that he is. He puts up almost 1,000 yards every year with the quarterbacks that he's had.
I agree with you. I agree with you, JC. He's a beast. 1A
says, do you think Harold Fannin is a 2024 Isaiah Likely, doomed to disappoint us in fantasy after a wonderful week 1?
That is a great question.
So let me say this. The reason why y'all can't get to a lot of the really good sneaky players is because you are very pessimistic when it comes to fantasy football players. If they come in and they don't provide for you right away, you get off of them. And then somebody that's really intelligent and really smart go and buy them from you, and they let them evolve. One day, when we come back to this, likely name will never be used in a sentence like that. Because we've seen it. Now, George Kittle started off early. Even Travis Kelce got started off late. But Harold Fannin could be maybe never have a great game like for the rest of this season. But he's a guy that you should be picking up, especially in Dynasty. He's going to be a good player, but this year maybe not with David Njoku being on the team. But I believe David Njoku can get traded. I've been seeing some rumors. I don't know if it's true. But Harold Fannin is a good guy. You just want a good player. You just going to have to be a little bit patient with him. And
He's also
stream them
young.
according to the competition that is in front of them.
Yeah, Fannon's so young too. Isn't he like 20 years old? 21.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's very young.
He's also still learning the position, amazingly enough. He's only played it 3 years because he started as a quarterback in college at Dayton. Just crazy.
Yeah, they transitioned nice into tight ends. Travis Kelce was a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
We got Charlene Rich. I'm probably butchering that. Sorry. Watch out for Kendrick Bourne.
All right.
That's something different. Don't need. Okay. Mac Jones played with Kendrick Bourne before.
What did that comment say? I'm sorry, Maximus. What did that comment say?
This one?
No, the one that talking about streaming.
Oh, it's just some website.
Oh, okay. All right, keep going.
Not the kind of streaming we want.
No.
Right.
B Silva says start one. Diggs, Golden, or Keenan Allen full PPR.
I think I'm leaning Keenan Allen.
I'm gonna go with Golden for the
full
upside for the boom. But the safest play is Keenan Allen, but I'm gonna go with Golden for the boom.
Yep, I like that. Those are the two that I would think also. You feel the same, Sean?
I'd probably go with Diggs.
You would.
Yeah, I like.
Hopefully that helps you out.
Yeah, but if you need a boom play, it's Golden. If you want the floor play, it's Allen. And like,
yep.
Diggs to me is
it's touchdown worthy.
Yeah, Diggs to me
Yeah,
could
he might
too, but like not as high as Golden possibly could, if that makes sense. But he's more of a safer floor than Golden as well. So that's why I'd go him. We got JC, Jaden Daniels, 044.5 rushes tonight. Let's go. I guess that's bet line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep, 44.
Would you play Eckler over Sampson, Charbonnet, or Jalen Warren? I'm getting Sampson in my lineup this week.
Me too, especially with no Judkins again, and how he did, and how bad Jerome Ford played. I'm using Sampson, and I really love Charbonnet for a touchdown upside, but I'm going with Sampson all day.
Yep, I agree. Especially playing Baltimore, they're going to be behind. Going to have to play catch up in that game.
All right, so we got a couple more minutes here, so we'll get to some questions. Strange, Andrews, Kincaid with Allen at quarterback. Lightning round. I'm going Strange.
I want a piece of Strange.
There you go.
Use Chuba as a blocker at the O-line.
Charlene be talking crazy sometimes. Chubb ain't playing fullback, Charlene.
Sports Dog 1000 says TD 100, 8 team, PPR, super flex. I'm going to wait to use Terry McLaurin until he starts getting targets. Last week he killed me with 4.7. My running backs, Christian McCaffrey, Kamara, bench, Jalen Warren, tight end, Juan Johnson. And then
is it okay? Listen, I'm gonna go against what you're saying. I get what you're saying, and I respect that type of strategy. But sometimes I'm not gonna wait for Terry McLaurin to get the targets. It's Terry McLaurin, and if I'm looking at on my bench, you looking at Jalen Warren and Juwan Johnson. I'm still playing Terry McLaurin over Jalen Warren and Juwan Johnson if that's what you ask.
Yeah, that's what I would do too.
Mm.
But that brings us to the end of the show. If you want to take us out, TD.
Yes. So listen, guys, thank y'all for tuning in to Fantasy Good Sports. This is the good hour. We will be going live every Thursday at 6:30. Is that correct, Maximus?
Yep.
And guys, tune in. You get your starts and sits questions answered. And guys, fantasy football after dark will be starting too, guys. Just give me a little bit of time. I gotta set up my desktop computer in my background. So that's I'm gonna be going live with Terrence, Maximus, Alex. The good hour will be coming live with me. So make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Sign up as a member of the channel if you want to support us. And I mean us, guys. We all are here. We all are trying to make a little bit of a dollar. We're providing cutting edge content. So thank y'all guys for tuning in. Let's win some money tonight.